Good morning, YouTube. All right, so it is almost 11 a.m. on Sunday, September the 28th. Can't believe September is over, almost over already. So this week it is not much going on. Milo, go use the bathroom. He's been real rebellious lately. Milo, go use the bathroom. Not a whole lot going on this week. I'm about to do some Sunday reset, but I think I'm gonna cook some smoked turkey legs with green beans and potatoes. That's something that I've been thinking about. Something that it shouldn't be too harsh on my jaw. So that's what's really important, and it should be able to stretch a couple of days. So I think that's what I'm gonna do while I just kind of rest. Supposed to go to my seasonal job tonight, but I don't think I'm going because they playing with my money. I didn't get my paycheck this last week, and nobody can tell me what's going on with it. So I think I'm gonna be done with that job because my money is important. But if it's not there this week, I am definitely gonna be going up there and having a talk with some people. Milo, look at this dog. Milo, come back around here. Milo. Milo, come on. Why I gotta always chase you? Don't go back there. It's always the same thing with him. And then it looks like he's way around there. Yo. Get off me. Then he takes off running to the front. It's definitely getting to be fall weather. It's a little cooler this morning. The rain that we got over the last couple of days is definitely helping with that. And then of course he's upstairs looking down for me like I'm the one that is slow. Look at this. Milo, where you at? Look at him. I feel like he ain't did nothing wrong, like I'm the one that's slowing him down. Can I help you, sir? Get upstairs. Get upstairs. Get a pet, they say. They're so friendly. They're so obedient, they say. This dog is worse than having a kid sometimes. Alright, y'all. Alright, so I have the lighting in this kitchen is so absolutely terrible. Pay attention, no attention to that counter behind me, but I have been resting all day. My turkey legs have been going, not all day, but a couple hours. I just put the potatoes in here just over about an hour and a half ago. I think they are about ready for me to put the green beans in. Yeah, they good and tender. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the green beans in now. Alright, so I'm usually a fresh, not frozen person, but this time I took a shortcut because we're working smarter, not harder around here, especially doing recovery. So we're gonna let those go for about a good 30 minutes. Let those soak up all the flavors. Now I didn't hit it with any more seasoning when I put the potatoes in, so we'll go ahead and do that now. So some black pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder, some Cajun seasoning, guess those are the bones that are on the counter right there. And then if you know anything about my cooking, I put ginger and turmeric in most of my dishes because of their healing powers. And I think I just ran out of ginger. Nope, not quite. All right. Just want those green beans to thaw up and soak up those flavors. And then if you're a cornbread person, you can cook some cornbread to go with this. Now I got this going low and slow because I want some of this juice to evaporate. Or to get it to thicken up, I can put some cornstarch in here. If it's not to the thickness that I want, I might do that. Just throw a little cornstarch in here. We'll see what it looks like in a half hour. Alright y'all, so this is what it looks like after everything has had a chance to marry together. It's looking really good. I think I'm still going to throw a little cornstarch in there, so let me do that. Alright, so we're adding the cornstarch slurry. And let's see how fast it thickens up. Sometimes it can thicken up really fast, other times it takes a minute. While we wait for that, I'm actually supposed to be leaving the house right now to go to work, but I decided I'm not going to the job. I don't know if I'm even going back because I don't play about my money. Besides that, I got an interview tomorrow for another job that I thought I was thinking about not taking, but after adding up the increase that I would get with the job and weighing out my options, I think it might be in my best interest to go ahead and take the job if I'm offered it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I was gonna go to the interview anyway, and like I said, if I do get offered the job, I think I'm gonna take it in the short term and see what other options come my way while I continue to do interviews. So wish me luck. It's thickening up really nicely. It's definitely not as thin as it was when we first came in here, so that is what I was looking for. It's more of a nice little gravy now. As I'm finding them pin bones, I'm taking them out. So this is gonna be nice. Like I said, if you are a cornbread person, by all means add you some cornbread. I still can't have anything like that. Cornbread is too thick for my jaw. I think I'm gonna fix me a little bowl to have before I go to bed. Other than that, y'all have a good night. All right, so it's Monday evening. I have attempted to pull out the phone to update you guys on things throughout the day, but I have been unsuccessful in doing so because each time I thought about pulling out the phone, it's been the wrong time. I definitely didn't want to do it while I was on site for the interview because the place I was interviewing at, the security there is so tight. I did not want to run the risk of breaching any security protocols, and I definitely didn't want to run the risk of tanking the interview just by simply having my phone out when I shouldn't have. The interview did go really well. It went longer than I anticipated. I think that I really did impress them. I'm just waiting to hear back from my recruiter on if I secured the position, and I will go from there on making my final decision on if I'm going to take the position or not. I'm still kind of torn on if I want the role or not. One, because the hours I was told it would be and the hours that they're looking to fill don't quite align with what I want to work. Let me take my medication. Hold on. All right, so I was told that it was going to be like a standard. A standard first, second, third shift position. But then I get there and they are looking to fill like a specialty shift hours to like fill in a gap where they have shortages at when they're doing the shift change. So actually it would be like a third shift gap that they are finding that they are short at when they're transitioning from second to third shift. So it would be like a 11 to 7. Hold on. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. And to a certain degree, I wouldn't mind that shift, given that right now I do have some transportation issues. Being on that shift, I would definitely be able to get to and from work without a problem. But I don't know.
This video first started when me and my wife was riding around knocking on random people's doors just to see if they'll let us fix their house completely for free. But when the first couple of people didn't answer, we was just about to give up. But that's when we came up on this one. And to be honest with y'all,
Nothing getting home in the morning, even when I do start driving again. Traffic is gonna be hell. If it was the 10 to 6, I could potentially be home before traffic got bad, especially since I know the streets. The freeway would be pretty rough, especially at the 85-77 junction. But I know how to maneuver the streets well enough that I could get around on the streets without hitting a lot of that street traffic.
Now this is going to be the biggest project that I've ever took on. And at first I had a budget of $2,000, but after walking around and assessing the property, I knew this was going to blow past that. But it was too late to turn back now.
The other thing is that it's a contractor position. And you'll be on contract for 3 years. The good thing about it is that after the 3-year mark, you're on contract for 3 years. You have to take a mandatory 30-day break, and then you come right back without having to interview or anything. And then you're right back on whatever shift you had, and then right back on whatever shift you had with the same pay rate or whatever that you left with. And then your 3-year clock starts all over.
After removing everything that was overgrown and exposing how much work I had ahead of me, my biggest
But
challenge was
they
figuring
said
out
that
what I
during
was
that
going to
3 year
start.
time,
With no experience with ever
if
paying for the field,
a
I decided that the first
position
thing
within the
I'd do
company
was attempt to
open
pay
up,
for this 9 foot section of
you
missing
definitely have the
sidewalk.
option
And
to
the only
apply
help I
for
had
that for
was
said
my wife.
position.
And together, we were
And
stepping into the unknown. And when
if you
only
get it,
one chance
if
before
you
this, we only had
interview well
one
for
plan to
it,
get it right.
you get it or whatever. Um, so that's another option. I don't know.
So as the day went on,
It's definitely
we
something
would
to
really
consider.
start to get confident with every pour. And although the
But
work
like
was
I said
tough,
earlier, I
the
do still
process
have
was
some other irons in the
very
fire.
smooth. And
So
before you knew it,
I'm
we
gonna
had an
wait to see if
audience
those
that was
strike.
growing as the
Um,
sidewalk was starting to come alive.
because it still can take a while for them to get back to me on if I got the position, and if so, when I would start, because they are trying to actually fill a training class. And the other thing is that I was told that the training class would actually be 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is actually not entirely true, especially if I end up being the only person in the training class. They are more flexible with the training hours because
Now, the next step in this project
they
was
don't
something
care
I'm really
what the
familiar
training
with,
hours are as
and
long
that's
as it's
building
8 hours.
fences. However, that doesn't mean it's going to be
And that
easy
they said that can
because
be
first I got to demo this
8 to
whole thing.
5,
So I just grabbed my chainsaw and got to work.
7 to 4, whatever it is, as long as it's 8 hours. They're just a little bit more flexible with the training, which I can respect that. So, um, but I'm hoping that one of these other two irons strike, um, and if they strike after if I end up taking this role and one of those two irons strike, I'm definitely probably gonna end up taking one of those roles as well, because I want those positions much better. I prefer one of those roles much better than I prefer this one. One, because the pay is better, and I truly believe the benefits are better, especially since those will be direct hires with the company. And um, with this being a contractor role, I don't even know what the benefits are going to be like with this contractor, since the contractor is actually not even local. They're based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So there's not even a local office that I can go to and talk to anybody if there's any grievances or anything that I need to hash out. So it's a lot to think about, lots to consider. I The main thing that is keeping me and several other people with my current company is the benefits. The pay absolutely suck. The customer base that we deal with absolutely suck. It's definitely the benefits that we get. Like I said, like I told you before, I work for ISP. So we get free cable and internet. And like I told y'all before, they pay for the surgery that I just had almost 100%. You might as well say they pay for 90+% of the insurance, of the surgery. And they still paying for majority of my they pretty much paying for all of my prescriptions. I'm not really paying much out of pocket for those. And I was saying before that my knees are bothering me, and if I talk to my primary doctor in November and she decide, well, I was telling my coworker, if I talk to my primary doctor in November and they decide that my knees are bad enough to go ahead and get a replacement, instead of me having to wait 5 more years, I'm sure that at least right now, since I have met my out-of-pocket max, if they were to go ahead and replace them this year, my insurance would go ahead and eat the majority of that cost as well, as opposed to me waiting until after the new year under my current insurance. I would have to paid $3,000 out of pocket towards that, and I can put 2,000 of that on flex. Actually, 2,700 of that on flex spending, which means I will only have to pay 300 cash. That does mean that I will have to pay for all my other prescriptions and stuff for the rest of the year out of pocket. But you know, at the end of the day, when you think about how much a double knee replacement surgery will cost, it can be worth it. Especially considering one night stay at the hospital just for my jaw surgery cost me could have cost me this year $102,000.
And my assumption was right, because after removing
Oh wow!
I noticed that there was termite damage and there was some still living in there.
Oh wow!
So I called on my pastor. And together,
So imagine with a double knee replacement, I'm gonna be in the hospital probably for at least 2 or 3 days, if not longer, and I might have to go to rehab. That's gonna cost a hell of a lot more. So, I mean, that's not enough for me to say, yeah, I'm gonna stay indefinitely with my current employer, because at the end of the day, you want to be happy, and I'm not happy being cussed out every day. I'm not happy doing a job that I don't really care for. I've never been a big tech support type person, even a level 1 tech support person at back at Verizon. I wasn't entirely happy doing that. Definitely in doing level 2 at Verizon, I wasn't thrilled about doing that. That's why I stayed in customer service for so long, even though I knew people was coming in behind me, going from customer service into tech support and becoming supervisors much faster than they were on the track that I was on. As much as I wanted to be a supervisor, I just wasn't willing to sacrifice and do something that I just didn't want to do. So,
and to be quite honest with y'all, I'm really proud.
I'll
But I'm even more happy for Ty.
see how things go with the interview that I had today, and like I said, I'm still waiting on results from the other 2 irons in the fire. Once I hear back from them, I will definitely be able to make a more informed decision on the position I interviewed for today. And then, like I said, I am graduating with my bachelor's degree in May. And as I get closer to that, I'll be in a better position to put in more applications. So I am not going to keep talking y'all ear off tonight, because I definitely want to be able to touch base with you guys more frequently than I have in the past. My goal is to try to film a clip every day of the vlog. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and y'all have a good night. All right, y'all. So I know I ain't talked to y'all today, but it's Tuesday evening. I'm gonna go to bed, but I just wanted to say that for a lot of y'all, the Great Lock-In started September 1st. It's September 30th. I'm putting Milo to bed. Unfortunately, I couldn't start the Great Lock-In when y'all started, because I was healing and I was still too swollen to start with y'all. But that's okay. I was used to that time the last 4 weeks to strategize and plan, because I knew that come October I had no choice but to get my Great Lock-In started. It gave me time to see where I fell short for the rest of the year and what I need to do to make up for where I fell short. So be prepared. Be prepared to get sick of me, because I'm about to be dropping some videos quite often over the next 3 months to make up for where I fell short at for this year, to meet my goal of 200 videos on this channel by the end of the year. The year ain't over yet. Last I checked, I was right at 100 videos. At this point, I'm over 100 videos. By the time y'all see this, I'll be over 100 videos for sure. We're going to get as close to 200 videos before the year is out as we can. Ultimately, by the stroke of midnight, come December 31st, we're going to be at 200 or there around. I already said that I'm probably going to shoot for 200 for sure again next year. Because 200 was a lot. For somebody that ain't never did that many videos in 1 year. I'm going to shoot for 200. And if I hit over 200 next year, shoot for the stars, and if you land among the clouds, you did good. That's what I'm going to say for next year. But y'all be good. Alright, so I'm sitting in a quiet room at work before I have to punch again. But I wanted to tell y'all about this lady at work yesterday. So I was sitting on my break, and this week was fall colors week. Yesterday was yellow day. So Tuesday and Wednesday we could dress down, but Thursday, Friday, and technically today we are not supposed to dress down, which means no jeans and no gym shoes. But those that have ADA accommodations, the gym shoe rule don't apply. So I wear gym shoes literally every day because I have a accommodation. So I'm sitting there minding my business, scrolling on my phone or whatever. She walked past. Now this lady don't know me from a can of paint, but if she had taken a few seconds to pay attention to me literally every day, then she would know that I wear gym shoes every day. So as she walked past me yesterday, she take notice I got on yellow, and then she take notice of my shoes, and she gonna say, nice shoes, you're not supposed to wear gym shoes today. I said, okay. And she was like, she said it again, nobody's supposed to, you're not supposed to have on gym shoes today. I said, you're not supposed to wear gym shoes today. She said, no, nobody's supposed to wear gym shoes today. I said it again, I said, you're not supposed to wear gym shoes today. And she was like, oh, you must have an accommodation. And I went back to my phone. And she was like, well, I don't know who has accommodations and who don't. I said, you're not supposed to know. And she's like, well, I'm not a leader or anything, so I don't have any right to say anything to anybody. I said, okay. And she was like, well, don't be mad at me. I was like, I wasn't mad to begin with. And she said something. She's like, those are nice shoes, though. They go really well with my outfit I have at home. You should give them to me. I ignored her and kept going through my phone. And she was like, you forgive me? I was like I said, I wasn't mad to begin with. And then she walked off. And I looked at the guy next to me, and I was like, that's exactly why you should mind your fucking business, because what goes on my feed has nothing to do with you. And he just laughed. And I'm literally looking like, why you messing with me? The dude next to me has on a hoodie. We're not supposed to wear hoodies either. So if you gonna call yourself calling me out, why don't you call everybody out? And I go back to my desk, and one of my coworkers that was in CPR training with me, she saw me shaking my head. She was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Yeah, a girl from IT called herself trying to call me out because I got on gym shoes. She was like, I hate her because she always try to call somebody out, and she literally is not a supervisor or a manager. She was like, and she started telling me how she tried to call her out one day because she got hot and she let her jacket down off her shoulders for a quick second, and she had on spaghetti straps. So she gonna tell her, you need to put your jacket back on because your top is inappropriate for work. And she went over the exchange that she had with her. And I'm like, people just need to mind their own business because what one person has on literally has nothing to do with you. And literally, the guy that was sitting next to me has worn a hoodie every day this week. And if management had a problem with his hoodie, they should have been sending him home. And literally, right after that exchange with her, one of the supervisors walked past with slide on shoes, and they literally have been pushing that for the last 3 or 4 months. Before I went out on leave, that was one of the big things they were saying. If your shoes don't have a strap on the back, you're not supposed to be wearing them. And if a supervisor is still doing it, what do you expect that the rest of these females are going to be doing around here? Still wearing shoes that don't have a strap on the back. So if you're not going to enforce the rules across all levels of the staff, then don't expect those on the bottom of the totem pole to be following the rules. It's like, don't make up rules for one level and not enforce them for all levels. Like, leave me alone. I'm just shaking my head because these people around here are really a trip. And that's why I told my mom, I was like, I wear jeans on Saturdays even though we're not supposed to. And I'm like, I'm waiting for y'all to send me home, because I'm like, if you send me home, you better send that person over there that got holes in their jeans on as well, because at least my jeans don't have holes on them. And I did it on a Saturday when upper management is not here. So, and I know I'm supposed to be the exception and not the standard, but at the same time, the management that's here on Saturday wear leggings, and girls are not supposed to be wearing leggings at all. So y'all better enforce the rules across all the board. We all going home on a Saturday then. The whole office gonna be closed because there's some people that wear pajamas on Saturdays, and we definitely ain't supposed to be wearing that. At least I still wear a collared shirt most Saturdays. I just thought that was an interesting tale to share. The guy that just walked past the window, he has on a regular gray t-shirt that is not company branded on a Saturday with blue jeans. So if you're gonna send me home for wearing jeans on a Saturday, he needs to go home because his whole outfit is not company approved for Saturday. Y'all better leave me alone. And I want to be in bed asleep right now anyway. On a Saturday, baby, I am not the one. I'm asking y'all to send me home on a Saturday. Because guess what? I'm going home and I'm going back to bed, and I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. Y'all gonna take them points. That's all I wanted for now. I'm gonna check in with y'all later. I'll close out this vlog before I go to bed tonight. All right, y'all. So I made it through the end of the week and the end of the workday. I meant to take my peppermint oil. I just realized I left it here on the table. So getting through the day wasn't too bad. And I say it all the time, I don't mind working Saturdays because Saturdays are usually pretty chill. It's not a lot of noise around me. And the customers are not always that bad on Saturdays. Saturdays usually bring some outages. But most Saturdays, the outages are not terrible. The worst outages are usually during the week. And like I said, today didn't disappoint. I only had one customer that escalated today, and his issue was very valid. He dealt with someone in billing yesterday, and in an hour-long conversation, they messed up to a point that they disconnected his account. So he was very valid, and escalating. Um, so I got him over to the lead line and let them deal with him. The lead that I got him to really didn't want to take the call, but they had no choice but to take the call because they had to reconnect this account anyway. Because in a normal situation, to reconnect, they would go to sales, but sales is not open on Saturdays. So the leads have to reconnect on the weekend. I just realized my Adobe was supposed to arrive today and it didn't. Unless somebody stole my stuff. And what made me realize is I was going to tell y'all that last month when I did my Joey shot, I did something wrong. I think I did something wrong. I think I hit a muscle and it's supposed to go subcutaneous. And what if I hit the muscle when it went in? I think I hit a muscle because when it went in, the site, it literally spread across. So I injected it on my right side, and on the right side, just past my belly button, that entire side, like it was almost like I had an allergic reaction because that entire side was itching for like 2 weeks. So when I do it this month, I need to make sure that I actually hit subcutaneous fat so that I don't have it happen again. But I need to see if there's a tracking number because she called me Wednesday, which means it went out. Or did she call me Thursday? Let me check my call log. All right, so I was right. It was Wednesday when she called and told me that she was putting an order in. So that means it shipped out on Thursday, which means I was supposed to have it Friday. And it's now Saturday, and I still haven't received it. So I don't know what happened, and that's unusual. So I'm about to check my Ring camera, see if I can see if FedEx even showed up on Friday. And tomorrow when I'm off, I'm gonna call the pharmacist or the pharmacy and speak with her and see if she can track it and see what happened. And we got to go from there. I'm gonna let her know what I see on my Ring camera and let her know if FedEx even showed up because normally I get a notification if FedEx shows up, and they're gonna have to ship it back out or because I can't. It's one of them things that I can't go to the pharmacy and pick up because the pharmacy that ships it out, it's not that far from me. So I wish I could just go pick it up, but they always ship it to me. So I don't know. And they shipped it out a few days early this month. So and it's right around the time that I normally take it. So I got it last month, right around the 6th, and Tuesday is the 6th. So if she can ship it out again on Monday, I should have it. Okay, so if I talk to her tomorrow, that is the 6th. No, if I'll talk to her, I'm getting my days mixed up. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I won't talk to her until Monday. That's the 6th. So it'll go out on Tuesday, and I'll have it on Wednesday. So I won't be but a couple days off from when I normally take it. So we'll see what happens. But this next week is going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to get cracking on these videos that I'm trying to get posted. If you saw my last video that went up before this one, you know that it's crunch time for me to hit my goal of 200 videos before the year's out. So it's time to get busy. But this has been another episode of Life with Fred, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good weekend.